Welcome to another video from Wheels Whips.
The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS holds a place of high esteem in the pantheon of classic American muscle cars, epitomizing the high-octane, performance-driven spirit of the late 60s and early 70s automotive culture. Its introduction came at a time when American automakers were locked in a battle for supremacy on the streets and racetracks, with each looking to outdo the others in terms of power, styling, and sheer presence. The Chevelle SS, supersport in full nomenclature, was Chevrolet's foray into this highly competitive market segment, and it was met with unparalleled enthusiasm from the get-go. The Chevelle had been in production since 1964, but the 1970 SS model marked a zenith in its design and engineering, combining the aesthetic appeal with mechanical prowess. This was largely due to the introduction of the LS6 engine option, which packed a 454 cubic inch V8 behemoth under its hood. Equipped with solid lifters, a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, and high compression ratio, the LS6 engine was rated at 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, numbers that were staggering at the time and remain deeply respected to this day. But it wasn't just the LS6 that made the Chevelle SS legendary. Other engine options like the LS5, another 454 CI power plant rated at 360 horsepower, were also available for those looking for something slightly less extreme. The SS package also offered an improved suspension system, better brakes, and a 3-speed automatic or 4-speed manual transmission choices to handle the powerful engines. Furthermore, with a dual exhaust system, the car not only performed impressively, but also had the deep, throaty sound that muscle car enthusiasts craved. The design of the 1970 Chevelle SS was one of flair and muscle. Its body sat prominently with a widened stance, led by a blacked-out grille that housed the SS emblem. The hood featured dual wide strips or an optional cowl induction hood that helped feed more air into the engine. The flair was enhanced by wide oval tires that filled out the wheel wells, chrome accents, and distinctive twin headlamps. Inside, the car boasted a performance-oriented cockpit with a functional array of gauges, including an optional tachometer, high-back bucket seats providing comfort and support during spirited driving, and a floor-mounted shifter that further emphasized the car's sporty intentions. The car's influence extended beyond just its mechanical fitments. It became an icon of the culture of the day. It was featured in films, immortalized in songs, and became a regular fixture in high school parking lots and main streets across America. The Chevelle SS was more than just a car. It was a lifestyle choice for a generation that valued power and freedom, one that could turn a standard street into a drag strip at a moment's notice. The legacy of the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS has endured over the decades. It symbolizes the peak before tougher emission regulations and a fuel crisis would cause the gradual decline of the muscle car era. Today, the 1970 Chevelle SS is a highly valued collectible, often meticulously restored to its original condition or customized to individual tastes. It is a frequent headliner at classic car auctions and auto shows, and its design has influenced countless muscle cars that have come after it. In sum, the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS was not merely a high-performance vehicle from the golden age of muscle cars. It was a cultural icon that represented a moment in time where power and design met in a way that resonated with the American public. Its legend lives on, not just among car collectors and enthusiasts, but in the wider consciousness of what many consider to be the zenith of American automotive power and style. The Chevelle SS's combination of beautiful styling, powerful performance, and cultural impact makes it an unforgettable chapter in the story of the American automobile. The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS's allure goes beyond its raw power. It's ensconced in the finer details and the spirit of its era. The aesthetic refinements and bold, assertive lines of the bodywork mirrored the assertive presence of its engine choices. The physical design was a mix of aggression and elegance. Muscular fenders, a broad stance, and the iconic twin racing stripes on the hood all worked harmoniously to create an automobile that looked just as fast and formidable standing still as it did hurtling down the drag strip. The interior was similarly designed with both comfort and performance in mind. High-back bucket seats cradled the driver and front passenger, providing a mix of comfort and lateral support necessary for high-speed maneuvering. The SS featured round gauges set into a square dashboard housing, a design choice that would become iconic and be imitated in years to come. Options for interior customization were plentiful, with various trim and color options and additional features to enhance the driving experience such as air conditioning, a stereo system, and different steering wheel designs. In handling and performance, the Chevelle SS was more than just a straight-line powerhouse. Although drag racing was a popular venue to showcase its prowess, the vehicle was also respected for its improved suspension system, which offered better control and handling compared to many of its contemporaries. The Chevelle SS could take corners with an agility that belied its size. Thick sway bars, stiffer springs, and a lower stance all contributed to a driving experience that was engaging and responsive. Cruising in such a vehicle was an experience of power and freedom that resonated deeply within American culture. The Chevelle SS became a symbol of the possible, a car that not only could take on any comer on the stoplight Grand Prix but also cruise comfortably, turning heads everywhere with its rumbling exhaust and striking looks. It was a versatile car, as much at home on a twisting road as it was on the drag strip, as much a status symbol in the office parking lot as it was in the high school lot. The 1970 Chevelle SS's tenure at the top would be short-lived. New emissions regulations and the 1973 oil crisis would rapidly change the landscape of the American automotive marketplace, shifting public demand from high-performance muscle cars to more fuel-efficient and environmentally friendly models. The Chevelle SS was a product of its time, born of an age where there were relatively few concerns about gasoline prices or emissions, an age that valued raw, unfettered power and bravado. In the collector's market, the 70 SS has become a blue-chip asset, prized for both its rarity and its embodiment of an era's optimistic excesses. Pristine examples of the car, particularly those with verified original LS6 engines and documentation, can fetch high sums at auction. Detuned versions of the legendary big block engines began to emerge in subsequent years, making 1970 the last year for what many consider the purest expression of the American muscle car. For some, just hearing the name Chevelle SS conjures images of freedom, a growling V8, and unadulterated Americana. It stands as a monument to a time when car designers and engineers seemed singularly focused on performance, creating vehicles that were more than mere transportation. They were symbols of personal freedom, expressions of individuality, and totems of the American dream. In the hearts and minds of many, the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS wasn't just a car. It was an ideal, a perfect storm of style, performance, and timing that, for one bright moment, captured what many felt it meant to drive in America. Even today, the thunderous roar of a 70 Chevelle SS's big block can turn heads and stir souls. Its significance as a cultural and automotive milestone ensures it will remain a beloved icon for those who recall its heyday and those who appreciate the glory of classic American muscle cars. The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS was more than a mode of transportation. It was a symbol of attitude and power. It remains ensconced in history, its legacy perpetuated by car enthusiasts and the nostalgic allure that continues to capture the imagination of those who revere the zenith of automotive performance and design.